record. Okay, so it is being recorded. I think something will pop up on your screen and you'll have to hit OK so that it's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Who am I? I am Andrea Vaslason. I'm an Adobe creative educator. I teach at two places. I teach at Defense Information School and I teach at Frederick Community College. The courses that I teach are digital multimedia. I also manage a website that's an educational website that gives military members tips and tricks on how to do their job, especially pertaining to VI and public affairs. I also teach 3 levels of graphic design, 2 levels of web design courses as well. I have a motto and I have a character. This is my character. My character is HappieTeach. And then my motto is, I am HappieTeach. I teach design by day and I fight crimes against design by night. Kind of like that masked superhero, except my weapon is Adobe and a Mac. So now that you know who I am, let's go to the next slide. By the end of this session, you will have access to, you will know how to access and Adobe Express, formerly known as Adobe Spark, but it has been revamped and they've added a lot of additional features that are amazing. Inside of Adobe Express is Adobe stock photos, colors, libraries, fonts, Adobe Express tools. So our goal is to learn how to add interest and create a compelling product. So that's what we're gonna do today. My mouse, yesterday my computer was crazy, but we got through it. So let's just see people into the room. Okay, cool. Into the waiting room. Hang on, sorry, gotta make sure I admit everybody. Admit. Okay. Yeah, let me keep that one open too. Welcome, welcome. So we're gonna learn how to add interest and create a compelling product. All right, and here's a list of resources. There is another slide, you guys, that should have shown. I want to show you guys what we created yesterday. So this is what was created yesterday. We did the free version where I show you how to create some type of flyer based off of some type of subject. So we did math, a love story about math. So we combined math and Valentine's Day. And again, that was audience participation, which I'm hoping we get today. And that's what we created. And then this one in the end, someone threw out, I said, what topic should we do? We did this one in the paid version. And we had 7 minutes to create it. So this one we created within 7 minutes. So it was kind of cool. But they gave the topic of crab cake. And so crab cake and Valentine's Day. So we went with the same theme. And these are what were created yesterday. So I'm excited to see what we create today. All right, so let me go ahead and we'll go back to that in just a second. Okay, so let's go to Adobe Express. Let me go back to the home page. And so this is Adobe Express. The cool thing about Adobe Express is it is a web-based, so you can access it through the browser, or there is a phone app and you can access it through the phone. And there are many, many more things that you can do in this program, way more than we're gonna go over today. It is very robust and it is awesome. And I don't know if I mentioned, but if I didn't, it is free. So it is awesome. But also, okay, it's putting people in the waiting room. I don't know why, but here we go. Okay, so periodically I have to check this waiting room to make sure that everybody can get in. All right, so this is Adobe Express. You can get here by going, for the browser, you can go to express.adobe.com, or you can go to adobe.com/express. Either one is going to bring you here. You'll initially have a welcome screen that you'll go to at first, and then you'll sign in. So if you've ever had an Adobe account, whether it be Acrobat, whether it be back in the day, Photoshop, it could have been in the 80s that you had that account, that information is still there. And if you don't remember the password, because many of us don't, all you have to do is put the email address in, and then you can put forgot password and it'll send you a password to that. Or if you're totally lost on it, you don't remember what email address it is, just make a new account. They're all free. So it doesn't even matter unless you have stuff on that account that you really want it. But in any event, super free, super easy to get to. I am on the free version right now, and then we're going to go into the paid version. We're going to go into the paid version later and create something. So all of us together now are about to create something. So typically, and students love this, and in all classes, I train teachers, teach from philosophy, who teach English classes and things like that, and show them how to make their information fun. Hang on, let me admit. Okay, how to make their products and stuff fun, and also how to incorporate it with your students in teaching. All right, so here we have Adobe Express. I also want to make sure I notate, because I always have to say this. I teach Adobe products, but I am not paid by Adobe at all. I absolutely do this because I love it. Okay, hang on. Let me let people in. Okay, here we go. All right, so oh my goodness, they're coming. I love it. All right, so this is Adobe Express, and so this is the homepage that you get, and you get to create a new project. Another cool thing is, if you're like, I'm not a designer, I am horrible at design, I'm just not. They have templates right here. So at any point in time, you can start. I heard that screenshot. Somebody's got a Mac. Love it. All right. So any point in time, you can just say, oh, you know what? I want to create. I have a science lab, or a science experiment coming up, and I want to create a template about it. All you got to do is type in the search bar what that template is that you want to create, and it will do it. So it's super easy, super fun, amazing feature. Okay, so today, what we're gonna do is, so if we look here, these are all of the templates. They're not all, but if you want to see the rest, you can hit this view all and you can see the rest of the templates. But these are a selection of templates that are shown. And then we go down here into quick actions. Cool thing about quick actions, you can do a lot of really cool, amazing stuff. When I tell you, you can remove backgrounds, you can resize your image, convert to GIF. And the easy thing to do, let me show you how easy it is. You just click on it. And so if you have a video that you want to make a GIF, you just drag and drop it in here. And I kid you not, that's all you do. And then it's going to convert it into a GIF. So that's pretty cool. Really good feature. You convert anything to MP4. You can trim your video. So you have a lot of options in there. And if you want to see what all options you have, just click on that view all, and you'll get this nifty little list of everything that it does, especially with PDF. This is the newest, one of the newest features, converting to PDF, converting from and to PDF, editing images and stuff in a PDF, organizing your pages, combining your files, all amazing. And this right here is what everybody loves, of course, is you can generate a QR code, and it's super easy. I'm going to show you how easy it is, because I got this slideshow that I am going to share. Let me with you guys. Let me hit share. Let me grab the link. Copy. Okay. So now what I can do is, all I did was copy the URL. I didn't do anything else. I'm going to click on generate QR code. I'm going to down here paste that address that I put in. But here's another cool thing too. You can change your QR code style. So we got 2 styles right now. More are coming. And you can also change the colors. What? So awesome. All right. You can also change what type of file it downloads to. So if it's a PDF or a JPEG. I don't know if that's a premium feature because this isn't coming down, or if it's my computer acting up, which is, both are quite possible. But anyway, at any rate, if I click create QR code, then I get the option to download it. So I can click on download, and you're going to see that QR code shows up here. And just to show you that it works, if I open this, Let's see where it opens. Let me admit somebody in. If I open this, let me see where it opens. It has been downloaded. Okay, got it. All right, so where's mine opening? Let me just show it in Finder. Show in Finder. It's opening over here. Okay, that's where it's opening. Okay, so I'm just gonna open this real quick over in this other window and bring it over here. There we go. Okay, so if I open this, and if you take your phone right now and you point your camera to that, it's going to take you directly to that slideshow. So that's how easy it is to create that QR code. Looks so tech. It is tech friendly. That's oh my goodness, it is very tech friendly, which is awesome. And I think that's one I'm super hyper. I always am. I try to stay calm, but it's just not gonna work out. But so I love this. And the cool thing about lessons, when I go and I talk to teachers at the school, I say, when you make up, like, let's say you make your syllabus, to make your syllabus cool, if you're referencing like web links or even your assignments, you can actually just put that QR code. Kids or students love taking their phones out and like doing the QR code. I'm telling you, you'll become the coolest teacher ever because they just love it. It's just amazing. So if you're teaching something that you're like, oh, there's no way to break that up, there is. There always is. That is always the challenge I love taking. So that QR code is fun, and showing them how to do it is fun. Like, it's just another element that makes it pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to use that. So let's go ahead and make this big again. And then, so if we wanted to, so that's the quick actions. And again, the PDF is just as easy. Like if you convert from PDF, then you're bringing something in, you're gonna get that same exact screen. All the screens look alike. You import it in and it's going to work out really nice. So this is awesome. And then all of the templates that are here, that are offered, are here as well. So that's pretty much the home screen, and that's what you're gonna get every single time. Over here, you'll see try premium, because remember, we're in the free version. Premium is gonna just have a lot more access to things. But if your school does offer like Acrobat and things like that, or Photoshop, with the Photoshop plans, the Pro plans, Premium is included automatically. So if you only have the Photoshop plan, you have access to the premium features in this program. And then these all relate to all Adobe. So these are notifications across all Adobe programs and things like that. You can start off by creating from a photo. You can go over here to the left. This plus button is everything. I'm telling you, if you can click a plus button, you can work this program. That's how awesome and easy and tech friendly it is. All right, so we have the home screen, which is obviously home. Projects are going to be the projects that that you created. And then anytime you see this right here, yesterday I got in trouble when I started Zooming. Let's just see if today's better. So anytime you see this little crown right here in black, that means that that's a premium feature. I'm going to hit it a lot because I forget. So, and then I'm going to say, oh, there it is. So, parts of that, help with the presentation. And then we have libraries. Now, these libraries are awesome. If any of you ever played with libraries in Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, or any other Adobe program, it is the same thing. So what this means is you can go from Photoshop to, Illustrator into here and have access to all of your libraries. Fonts, everything that you set up in that library, you're going to have access to, which is awesome, because colors, everything, anything matching your brand or whatever you're trying to do, you'll have access to, which is awesome. And then the scheduler we'll talk about later, and this Learn we'll talk about later. But Learn, I do want to say a few things about right now is if you're just going into it and you're trying to figure out what to do, the Learn are all the tutorials and demos that are made by Adobe professionals that have been curated. You'll get access directly to them, which is awesome. So in the app, so anything you want to learn how to do that is capable of, you have it there. And things like, let's say there are things that you don't see that you want, there are also sites set up for you to give them that feedback. Similar, yep. She said, somebody said it looks like similar to Canva. A lot of advantages to using Express versus Canva. So there are some things. There was a study that was just we were a part of a test group, and there were a lot of people who were in Canva there and a lot of people who were Express experts there. And there were some things in Canva that we don't have that Canva does better. And there's some things that Adobe Express has and does better. So it's the same as you would have with multiple programs. You'll have to play with both and see which one you like better. That's pretty much, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm saying that I love Express. Canva's nice. I like that as well, but I am more in Express. What else was I gonna tell you? Okay, so these are all the main features. But yeah, you're right. They have a lot of similarities. All right, so what we're gonna do, here's that plus button, right? What we do, we click it, and then look at that. Stuff happens. All right, so we have starting in here, you can start off with a brand new graphic. You can start from a photo, you can start from templates or what have you, whatever you want to do. You can even do video, and it has web page in here as well. Those two we're not going to go over today, but definitely explore them. There are videos. I have videos on my YouTube about how to use web page. I haven't created the video ones yet, but they're coming. I create all the time. I'm on a whole bunch of teams with them. And I love it. So any opportunity I get to work in it, I do. All right, so then we have the quick actions here where we can resize an image, remove background, just a lot of, and remove background. Anyone remember remove.bg? Similar, you know, AI technology and all that fun stuff. That's it. When you go to it, it's that same screen. You put the image in and it's going to remove the background. We're going to see how to do that, especially when I get to the premium version toward the end. But you have all the options that you saw over there in the other screen. They're here too with the PDF. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off. Let's start off with, let's just do a flyer. So here's the deal. A lot of people are like, especially when I work with teachers, I like to show them how to do templates, because a lot of teachers feel there are a lot who don't feel like they're creative, but they are. You're born creative, but they just, you know, we just have to wake it up. So I'm gonna just choose one of these. I'll choose this flyer. And so what happens is it opens up. But if you don't want to start from a flyer, you don't have to at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this. They do give you anything that's coming out that's new or ideas. This is talking about branding and brand kits, and that's a feature. So what I'm going to do, when you get here, it looks like nothing's here. And this is the intimidating part. This is the most intimidating part about this program, is this screen right here. Now, all you got to do though, watch this. All I'm going to do, look, both hands up in the air, and I'm going to put them down, and I'm just going to click one time. And when I do that, look at that. It's giving options. So you have to click to get the options. So select it to affect it. So now we can see, oh, something's here. It's just white against a white background. Why that is, I don't know, but it just is. So what we can do is we can switch colors real quick, and I'll just switch a color just so that we can see our platform and the print area that we're working in. All right. So now we got this yellow in here. Now I don't know what topic we're going to do because we haven't decided yet, but give me a topic. In the meantime, what topic should we create from? And like I said, when I post this to Instagram, I'm telling people that you guys help me do this. So, you know, what topic? First topic, frogs. Okay, frogs. What subject? Like in school, what subject? You want to do math? So math and frogs, or biology? Do y'all know I skipped biology on the day that we had to dissect the frog? I'm not even joking. I was like, oh no, can't do it. But anyway, all right. So I'm gonna do biology. All right. So now let's go and choose photos. You did too. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. I was like, oh, I cannot do it. All right. So we'll say frogs. All right. If you see one and you're like, use that one, tell me. I'm just gonna scroll a little bit, but these are all the photos that are free to you. Like again, if you see that crown, they're not, but all the ones that are okay, cool, free to you to use. So let's see, that one, or do we like that one? Yes, this one right here. Okay. Watch me. I'm just going to click it. check that out, right? It just appears. I'm telling you, it's magic. It's so awesome. All right. So let's see. So we got that frog. Maybe we'll try, this might be overkill, but let's just see. Who knows? You know what? You don't get anywhere unless you try. All right, so we're gonna do that. And now I'm gonna type biology just to see if there's anything that is in here. So we got like that we could use for like a background or something. So maybe, I don't know, let me see. Maybe here, maybe the frog could be coming out of that person's hand. I don't even know. Let's just see. Maybe here, the person could be thinking. And sometimes this is what I do. I throw pictures up there. Ones that don't work, I delete them. Maybe that for a background. Oh, that's premium. Oops, see, told you I was going to do it. I knew it. I knew it. Even thinking about it, I do it. All right, so let's try maybe that. And I like combining different backgrounds. So maybe that. Oh, that's premium. Told you. I already warned you beforehand that that was going to happen. All right, so let's see. There we go. There's one. And maybe one more. Maybe one more. What would contrast well with these two? Maybe this one. Ah, but it's premium. All right, let me see. Maybe I want a lighter colored one to go in that background. Let's see. Maybe this one. And the cool thing is we can use any of these, even if they have people in them, because we can blur it out. I'll show you that in just a skosh. Okay, so we'll go with these three for the background. So I'm gonna move all the main characters out of the way. And right now, what I hope is coming up the pipeline, I'm not sure, I don't have confirmation of how to lock the layers, but this is your layers. Where you see this 9, all you have to do is click that and you can actually rearrange and shuffle and all sorts of fun stuff like you normally do. And it'll move those things down and around for you. But these are your layers and you can close that X. People are scared to click this X. Don't be scared. Close it. It doesn't get rid of your layers. It just collapses them. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what I want to be the background. You know what? Probably this one because it's the darkest. So I selected it. Check this out. All I have to do is go over here to where it says add to background and it's a toggle. So I click that and it magically adds it to the background so that it fits and gives us some interest. So the next one I'm gonna do would probably be this one. So I'm gonna click on this one. This one I'm not gonna add to background because we already have one back there, but what I'm gonna do is increase its size. So I'm just grabbing one of the edges I want it to fill, and then I can reorder this any way I want. That's kind of the way I see this background working. And then what I can do is I want some type of interaction between this and the background that I chose. So what I can do is with it selected, I can go up here and I can choose, where is my option? My computer sometimes just doesn't want to show it. Let me see. Let me turn filters on. And I can play with the filters. That's not what I'm actually looking for. What I'm looking for are my blend modes. And I don't know why they disappear on me. But anyway, I can play with the different filters that are here. So if I choose duotone, I can choose a different color that is, already in here. Or I can actually click on the color, because remember, it is a click program. You're just clicking. So I can click on the program. I can select the eyedropper. And if there was something else, somebody's coming in. Okay, if there was something else, like a cut, like maybe her blue shirt that I wanted, I could select that blue shirt and it'll select. Now, again, I don't know why, but I am having issues with my computer at this part, but actually I think it did work. This should change. So right here should change to the color that you select. So let's try it again and see if it does. I'm gonna click on the eyedropper, but yesterday it didn't work. It wouldn't change. It would change the color, but it wouldn't change in those swatches. Let me see. Yeah, for whatever reason, it's not changing in the swatch, but it did change the color. You can see it. Now, here's the deal. That's a shadow. So I made the shadow lighter than the actual color, and that's never gonna be a good idea to do. So I'm gonna bring this down. If I make that shadow like that dark blue, I can do that. And the color did change. It's just not showing here. That's okay. we won't let that stop us. All right, so I'm gonna click on this eyedropper and I'm gonna choose maybe one of these lighter blues and then see, so I can change the dual tone just by doing that, which is pretty cool, right? So that was just changing color. There was a whole bunch of click. If I wanna go grayscale, I can grayscale it. I can darken it. I have all these options that are here. I can do multiply in the color, which is cool. And if I don't know if I want this, I can actually, anytime you see that little, the little squiggly arrows, that means that there are more options inside for color. As you can see, I'm going through and changing the color. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like it a lot. All right. So for whatever reason, the effect I'm looking for isn't showing, but it is here. It showed up later yesterday, so it'll show up. So what I'm going to do is move on and try to figure out what I want to do with this one. I'm going to click on that one and I'm going to choose whether I want to dual tone that, or if actually, you know what, we'll go with let's see, colorize, lighten. I'm going to dual tone it and change the tone. All right, so I can choose maybe this green. Maybe I want this one to be green and black. And also I can click in here. Anytime I see that, I can click and I can change the color, which is cool, right? There it is, you know. So you have options with that that you can do. I'm going to go ahead and make that larger. And then as soon as that feature shows up, because I know it's going to show, then I will make those changes that I want to make. Now we can't see our stuff underneath. Why is that? We got layers, right? So I'm going to move that down so we can see our froggy. I'm going to move that down so we can see our frogs. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now, let me see. Did it come back? Did it come back? It did. All right. It's here now. This is the feature that was not showing. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and blend these backgrounds. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to go here. So this is the blend modes. So I'm going to go scroll down and I'm going to choose which blend mode I want to use. But what I'm going to do first is let me move this. Let me make this. I'm going to move this out the way for a second so you can see the interaction. I want an interaction between this and this. So I'm going to click on this one, which is this one, and I'm going to choose a blend mode. So we have three options. Photoshop, you know, you got a million, but we got three options in here, and I'm going to choose multiply. So multiply, you can still see how it is taking out the light parts of the image, and you can see everything else underneath. I'm going to choose screen, which is going to take out the dark parts in the image and you can see everything underneath. So that is an interaction that's happening between these two. So now what I want to do is bring this one up and create some type of interaction. So now I can choose, click off. Let's see. Okay. Now I can choose multiply, and multiply will multiply it in between those, or I could choose screen, and screen's going to do the same thing. I'm going to go with multiply, but I'm going to choke back the opacity some. And that's another thing that you can still do. I can choke back the opacity just a little bit so that I can make sure that we see everything we want to see. So the next thing I want to do though, is I want you to select, okay, there we go. I want to select this bottom one. And then there are some features I can do to it as well. Maybe it's too strong. So I can go over here to this blur and I can blur it out a little bit. And then I can increase the blur if I want. So if I just want a tad bit of texture to show, I can do that. Or if I'm just, you know, I just want that element kind of there in the background to know it's there, I can do that. But I can form an interaction between all these. Also, if I don't like how it is, I can untoggle this add to background, and then it becomes a regular image again. And then what I can do is I can move this down, there we go. And then I can play with it as well. Like I can give it filters because maybe the colors are too strong. I can go with a dual tone, and then I can go with, give it some, like maybe it's yellow and blue. Maybe that's just a bit less strong. I can give it a little bit more blur if I want. And then I can start playing with it in the background and seeing where it goes. So you have options to get that type of interaction if you want. Or I can be like, you know, I don't really like this one. So I can hit delete, and then it's going to delete that one out. And I can work with just these two if I feel like these two are working better for me. So you have options, right? You're never committed to anything. But anyway, so we have our background done. So now what I'm going to do is with this young lady, I want to remove the background. Okay, now this is AI technology, so it's not always perfect, but we're going to try it. So all I got to do is select it, right? And I'm going to click here, and then I can go to remove background, you know, and I'll let AI do its thing. And so it removed the background and it removed what she had, which is fine because I want to actually bring that frog, right? So that frog's going to be a big part. And then if I didn't like it though, let's say I didn't like what happened, I can click on erase. Oops, that's right, premium feature. In the next one, you'll see where I can click on erase and erase stuff out. So I'm going to go ahead and select that because I like it. So I'm going to check it. Maybe we'll put her down here. I'm going to move you guys. Move froggies. Yep. And you can select multiples at a time. Okay. So I'm going to move her down here. I'm going to make her a little bit bigger. She's a focal part of the piece. And I'm going to grab, which frog do I think I want? Maybe this one. So I can put that. Let's try it. All right. So I'm going to remove the background and we'll see how it does. Come on, AI. I got faith in you. Let's see. Let's see what you do. So it looks like my thing froze, and it did this yesterday as well. So I'm going to refresh. And as they say in our little group, you know, that I will test the limits of a program by having, like, I have about like 14 or 15 images open, but let's just see. It's my computer, but that's all right. So it shows up down here though. So at the bottom, these are all the recent projects that you worked on. So you can actually just click on your project and be able to open it right back up. All right. So there we go. It saved. I love that it automatically saves. Sometimes though, that, you know, it might not save exactly where you want it to save, but this time it did. So I'm happy. So I'm going to try this again. Let's see. I'm hesitant now because, you know, but let's just see. I'm going to remove background and there we go. All right. So now we got, yes, claps. Let's do that. All right. So now I got the frog and I want to have her, hang on, is she under the frog? Hang on. Oh yeah, she's under the frog. So I'm gonna go to my layers. And now there's another way to do this. I don't have to always go to the layers. I can actually click here and click on the frog. And over here, you'll see that we have some other options as well. So this right here is where I can change the layer order. This is where I can duplicate. This is the delete. This is where you get information. Like if you want to credit the source, like if you want your students to credit the source, you click here and they got that information right there that they can credit where they got it from. So that's pretty nifty, pretty easy. Very cool. Yes. Okay. So what I can do though, and this one is to replace the image because you can replace the image inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down one. So I can go up all the way up, or I can go up one, down all the way down, or down one. So you have options. I'm going to go down. Oh, I'm going to go up with the frog and bring him up. He already come up. Let me see. You know what? Do I want him up? Because he's got that stem. No, let me see. Let me click here. All right. Or I can grab the frog and bring him up. Let's see. So this is him up. So what I would do right now is I'm going to zoom in so that I can see. Oh, this is the free version. So the free version, I can't cut that part. But what I can do is I can crop it. So I'm going to go over here to where it says crop and shape. I'm going to click on that. Check. And now I can crop it right up. But I need to make sure it's a freeform crop. So I'm going to select freeform. And what I was trying to do before was proportionally crop it. That's not what I want. So I'm a freeform crop it. I'm going to say okay. And now I can place this in the image. Now in the paid version, you can actually, it's going to give us a brush and we can brush it around to make that conform how we like it. But that's okay. We're okay with limitations. They work. So students are going to like it just as it is. All right. So we got this little frog. We really don't need them anymore because that I think was before I found the girl, but we can, if you want to make like images or frames or things like that and have these other frogs in there, you can, but I typically will bring more than what I need so that I can see if what's going to work with my project and what's not, because if this frog didn't work, then that frog might work or that frog might work, but this one actually works and we only need one frog. So I'm gonna delete them out. Don't be sad, they'll be back. They're very happy. All right, so now what we're gonna do is play with some text. Bring some text in here. Oh yeah, we're good. All right, so we're gonna bring some text. I'm gonna click on add your text and I'm gonna say, we said biology, right? So what can we say that's friendly with frogs and biology that will be attractive to the students and that they'll want to participate? Because if you say dissect frogs, I'm not coming. So what do you guys think? Let's see, who brought this topic up? This was frogs are your friends. Yes, I like that. Okay, like Bruce in Finding Nemo. Okay, frogs are your. Oh, frogs are your friends. Then like pet a frog today, something like that. All right, so we got frogs are your friends, and here's what's cool. Their text feature is phenomenal. It really is. Both of them are. I know you're comparing to Canva, but I really love this feature right here where you can use the little templates and then you can change the template like to work with your text. And then over here though, we have text recommendations. So if you feel like you're not good with text, you can choose one of these and just like that, it'll change your font for you. Let me see. Yep. So you can say frogs are your friends. You can do that one. But you also have, let's go over here. You also have your alignment. We can left align, center align, right align. But we can also, it's magic. Look at that. Look at that. We can do curved text. Frogs are your friends. You do that. And then like if you were to do that and then have it, you know what I mean? Something like this where it's, surrounding the frog and the hand. So you could do something like that and then do an effect. So as a matter of fact, I'm gonna do two, hang on. So you could do that and then you could put an effect on it. Like right here, you could put like a shape around it if you want. You could do a shadow, right? Who doesn't want a shadow? And then you could change the color of the shadow if you want. Maybe you want brown, or maybe you want orange, or maybe you want green that's in our hair. So you can click on that eyedropper and grab maybe that green. I don't know what you want, but I'm just saying you could, which is cool, right? And then you could, so I'm gonna click off of there. You could go to down here, you can outline it as well. You can outline it with maybe that same green, or you can outline it with maybe another color. And then you have options. You can make that outline as big as you want or as small as you want, or as big as within, the program. You can also do what's called transparent text, where you knock that text out and now we're seeing the underneath, like the color that's underneath it. So you have options. It's kind of cool. And then what that does is create this effect that gives you like that little outlining of the text, which is kind of cool because it made it transparent. So you have really, really cool options in doing that one. So frogs are your friends. And so we could say, you know what, we could, with this one, we're going to change this one to magic. So we can curve the text up, just so you see, curve it down. We can do grid text. We can do the rotate and fit text. You got several options in there. So you just have a lot of options to play with in your text. My favorite is magic, where it capitalizes it and it fits it. And then I can, I can say frogs are your friends and make it kind of all, the same size or something like that. So I like having those options. The other thing I can do is I can say, what did I want to say? I just had it a second ago. Pet frog night. I don't know. Y'all got me started. All right, so we can do pet a frog night or something like that. And then, and that will be the event, right? So pet a frog night. And then we have the frogs are your friends down here. And then we can have like, let's do some more text. This time we're going to do text from here. So let's say, I don't know, we want this to be cutesy. So this is new. It's kind of like a logo style, but I just want to show you what it's premium. That's why. Boom. Okay. I told you I was going to do that. So let me find one that doesn't have a premium. Oh, that's cute. Something like this, maybe the food company, secretive books. Or if I don't see any I like, I can click on more and then I'll get some other options as well. So I could say cobbler, maple. Okay, yeah, this will give me opportunity. Okay, so I can say here because we're gonna go with whoever's in the class, like whoever the teacher is. So I'm gonna ungroup that, and then I'm going to, with this one, I'm gonna replace this tree. So I'm gonna click on replace, and I'm gonna choose frog because they have to have frog. Like, okay, you're not really a program if you don't have frogs. All right, so we got little cute frogs. Let's see. Look at the, maybe the frog face. I don't know. Which one do you guys like? Let's see. Maybe the frog with the crown, since we keep getting hit with that crown all the time. All right, so we got this frog with the crown. And then what we can do is we're gonna click in here. And instead of this saying, okay, so we'll say, Dr. Don't ask me where I start naming stuff from, but Raymond's, Dr. Raymond, and then down here, I'll put presents, right? So we just did this from, know what that ding was. I was like, oh, all right. So we can say Dr. Raymond presents, right? And then we'll maybe incorporate this frog over here, maybe make it smaller. All right, so we'll say Dr. Raymond presents, and maybe since we haven't used duplicate, we'll duplicate that frog and we'll put 1, 2, let's duplicate again and put 3. And we're really just filling in that space. We're not fooling anybody, but we'll say Dr. Raymond presents. Let me bring that to where it's at the end. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is select that. And I'm gonna group it. Oh, I selected too much. What else do I have selected? Selected. Okay, let's try that again. All right, so we'll group it. And now we have Dr. Raymond presents. So now all we're doing is organizing. So we got Dr. Raymond presents, pet a frog night. So now we're trying to see how to set this up, right, to be our flyer. So Dr. Raymond presents, pet a frog night. I'm gonna make this one a little bit smaller. Frogs are friends. And then all we have to do is put our information in. And we'll grab type tool, just add our own text. And I don't know. I always do Frederick Community College because that's the school I'm at. So yeah. And I do Frederick Community College, and I do February 9th. And then I'll say 2 p.m. Yeah, that's early. That's okay. All right. So Frederick Community College, February 9th at 2 p.m. Now, one, that style's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is check to see what font this is. This is Harmon. Yep, this is Harmon. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to switch fonts. Click here, and then I can go over here to where the fonts are. I can either start typing out Harmon so that it comes up, and there it is. And so now I have a font that is going to fit better. Now there are a few things with this. Hold on. Is there an undo? Oh, there's unlimited undo. So here it is. I have it selected. Up here is undo, but also Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, and Control V. You know, they all work. The copy, the paste, the undo. There's a whole shortcut list as well for this. But all you got to do, I can undo, you know, redo, you know, right there. So yeah, it's right there. But what I am noticing is I want Frederick Community College to be larger. So I'm actually going to break this up. So I'm going to Control X that. Actually, you know what? I don't have to do that. I know why I've done that. All right, I'm going to select this and I'm going to change the effect because remember I put that magic on it. I'm just going to change the effect and that should do it for us. So I'm going to go ahead and make that smaller. Frederick Community College, it's going to be way smaller than that. And I can actually change the size inside of here as well, but why? Now, so we got Frederick Community College. Let's go ahead and change the color. We're going to make it that green because it's important. But the other thing that we want to do with this, let's try centering this real quick. Okay, yeah, much better. All right, we're going to center it and we're going to increase the size. So we can go right here. We can increase the size here and then, or like we've been doing, we can go in here and make it smaller. Now it does also have, what is it called? Alignment. Frogs are your friends. I forgot the question mark. Let me see. Let me see. Is there an undo? Frogs are your friends. I don't know. Are you saying there should be a question mark? Or, oh, no, never mind. I think that was you giving me the suggestion. Nope, forget what I said. All right, so we're gonna Frederick Community College, and then I can actually play with the alignment. That's the spacing. That's what this is over here. So now I can say the line spacing, I want some spacing in between, or I can do letter spacing and get spacing in between the letters. So we do have those options of doing that. I am gonna give it a bit of line spacing, just a skosh. And I'm going to push this 2 p.m. up to February 9th. So I'm going to separate it with a pipe. And there we go. So February 9th, 2 p.m., Frederick Community College. I want to line it up with this box right here. Okay. So, all right. So now that I got where I want everything to be, I want there to be a connection. So I'm going to move that up just a bit. Okay, so now that I got everything where I want it to be, I'm gonna move these over to put everything in place. Yeah, and then I'm going to grab Frogs Are Your Friends, grab this. Oh, I didn't group these two. Let me group this. All right, and sometimes if it gets hard to grab something, go to your layers panel, grab the one beneath, hold shift, and grab the Frogs Are Your Friends. So what I'm gonna do now is grab, go ahead and I want them centered and yep, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna group those two because they're gonna be friends for life. And I'm gonna grab the young lady, I might move it down just a bit. And there, you guys have it. This is the flyer for, that you guys created. So when I go on Instagram, I'm like, you guys, so do you think this one's better than the one that they created yesterday? Just saying, you know, this one is yours. So just kidding. For those of you who are late, you probably didn't see the one. And she said, yes, yeah, of course. All right, so we'll see what my Instagram peeps say. But the cool thing is, you can, after this, you can go and download. So you got a few things that you can do with this. We can download, and you can download the PNG, a GIF, or a PDF. And all you do is, let me clear this real quick. Okay, so all you do is start download. Oh, and naming it right here where it says my project. All you got to do is start putting your names. I can say Frog Friends. Okay, so now when I download it, it's going to have the name. So when I click on download, and I hit start, you'll see that name pop up in my menu down here as soon as it does. See how it says Frog Friends? So we named it, which is awesome. I love that. And that how easy it is. It actually was too easy for the longest time that I kept forgetting where it was. Yeah, I know. All right, and another thing that we can do is we can do animation real quick. So I'm just gonna show you real quick. We can do text animation. You can do any of, you got a few options, but more coming. You can do the fades. You can actually do animation with the photo where you zoom it, or you know, you can do a color animation. You got quite a few options. So I want to make sure you guys know that to do free. Y'all heard me? I am on the free account. I have not touched the paid account. This is all the stuff you can do out the box, meaning you can do this stuff when you get when you leave here today, which is awesome. You can also share it, and you can make a template for your students. So if you want them to start with something and you want to do a big class project, you can make it a template and share it with them. And it's super easy and awesome. I listen, I'm excited. And then you can do the, like when you make your template, do the QR code, put it in your lesson plan or put it in their project instructions for the day, and have them take out their phone and look at it and then go to it. Like they love this stuff. They love using technology. I'm sure you guys know that. And this is awesome. And then telling them that they can put it right on their social media account is another bonus. Trust me, I use them all. And they, you know, and it's pretty cool that you can do that. So I love that. You can also invite them. So let's say you start off a project, you can invite them to it. And on my Behance account, I have a project showing you step-by-step of how to do that. So you can invite them into your program and you can publish it. So those are cool. And this is the cool thing. If you have Facebook or whatever, or any of, I don't have any of that connected to here, but you can actually schedule it to go on your Facebook account. So this is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. Let me go back to my presentation so we can get to the end. So that pretty much was today's presentation. These are 2 videos that are from last year. But if you did that QR code that I told you to before, you'll have this presentation. Also, I'll be emailing the presentation. So I forgot if I do that, it's going to play. Hang on, sorry. But you can, I will be emailing the presentation out. These are ways that you can contact me. It'll all be in the presentation that you guys receive. If you have questions, I did have a few people who had questions last year and helped them through it, and it was pretty cool. And then in conclusion, all of these things are inside of Adobe Express. You guys know how to access them. So we have met these goals, which is awesome. And quick story, a student drew this. I have this favorite sweater that I wear, and that is my favorite sweater. And this is pretty much my typical outfit in the classroom. And usually this is the web class, they'll say hand. I have this thing where I say hand, and they say hand. And then I always say, I'll come get you, hand, you know, and a student drew this and made me a comic strip character. And I told that, and I always wear these red glasses. And I told them that I will always use this in every presentation and I've been doing it for the past 10 years. This is just the most honorable thing I received. And as a gift to him, I always show it. And I just absolutely love it. So I want to make sure I showed that. And then the little background of it is in the presentation. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming. I always have fun doing these, and you guys rock, and you made an awesome project. And I'm just gonna, on my Instagram, I will be telling people how amazing this project is that you made. So thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I think I'm supposed to remind you to do the survey. So please do the surveys. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Amy, Olivia. All the names are going so fast. I love to acknowledge everybody. So thank you so much for coming. All right, let me make sure the video, let me stop recording. I'll stop sharing. Stop recording.